Santa's here and he's jolly, frosty, and totally cool. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. So today I'm decorating this adorable Santa cone by Cuddly Cute Designs as part of a Christmas in July sugar cookie set. All of the supplies to make this cookie are listed in the description, so I hope you'll decorate along with me. I'm starting by outlining and flooding in the cone using a 15-second royal icing in a tan color. Because my icing is a 15-second consistency, I can go right up to the outline, and if you jiggle your piping bag as you're flooding, it'll help the icing smooth out and settle down. Use your scribe if you need to, and then set this cookie aside to dry for at least 10 to 15 minutes until the icing crusts over. And then you can come back in with your tan icing and make the stripes on the cone. So you want to touch down, lift up your piping bag, and with even pressure pull a line across, setting it down on the other end. And you want to do that in both directions. And then set the cookie aside to dry just for a few more minutes until those lines crust over. And then grabbing my red icing, also in a 15-second consistency, I'm just going to outline and flood in the Santa suit. I'm going to go a little bit over the cone to give it more of a ruffled ice cream look. And then we'll flood that in using our scribe once again to settle the icing down. And then set this cookie aside to dry for another 15 to 20 minutes, and once it's crusted over, you can come back in with your red icing and you can over pipe the bottom of the ice cream cone. Just pipe a band right at the bottom of the cone and flood that in. We're going to put some texture in this area, so you don't need to make it too smooth. Set the cookie aside to dry again until the red icing crusts over, and then you can come back in with your black icing and give Santa his belt. Just go ahead and put a band right on top of that bottom area that we just piped with the red icing, and then use your scribe to settle this icing down. Let this cookie aside to dry again until it crusts over, and then I'm coming back in with yellow icing in about a 25-second or detail consistency, and I'm just going to make a little rectangle here for the belt buckle, and I did a pretty poor job, so I'm going to spend some time here with my scribe and even with a paintbrush and try to make it more of a rectangle shape. So to use your paintbrush, you're going to want to dip it in water, wipe off all of the excess water, and then you can push your lines where you need them to go. And once you're happy with your rectangle, just go ahead and make the little buckle part using your yellow icing, and then move up to the top and let's add some ice cream drip or some snow drip, whatever you want to call this, and just outline a little wavy drippy section and flood that in with your white icing. Once again, using your scribe to shape that icing and settle it down. Now all we have left to do is add the texture. I kind of did this as an afterthought, so my cookie is completely dry. And I'm just going to put a squiggle of icing down and then use my paintbrush to move that wet icing across the entire bottom part of the Santa suit, and then I'll use an up and down motion to kind of give it some texture look. And because I waited to do this until the very end, I'm going to need to be very careful I don't get any red icing on the belt or the belt buckle, and so if I do, I'm going to need to get my paintbrush wet, dry up all of the excess water, and then just wipe away any that I get on areas I don't want it. And that's it. Santa's rocking a cool new look for summer. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the others in the Christmas in July cookie set. I have new cookie tutorials all the time, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy Christmas in July!